In this tutorial, let's look into how to create custom layout using LEDedit's manual layout creator. I will skip the basic steps. If you like to know the basics of LEDedit, please check out my tutorial on LEDedit basics. Click on project configuration and select start manual layout. To get the manual layout creator window, you have several options you can use to create a manual layout. Let's look into how to create a 40 by 30 frame layout, width of 5 pixels, using the manual method. To create a layout using manual method, you need a reference image. Reference image is an image that you can use in the background of this worksheet, so you can trace that background image to create your layout. Alright, so I'm going to create that reference image using Photoshop. You can use any type of 2D graphic designing tool to create your reference image. I'm going to file in the Photoshop and select new. In the new file window, I'm going to type the width and height of my frame layout, 40 by 30. Alright, make sure you have selected the unit as pixels and click OK. Click on the zoom tool and click on the fit screen. Alright, now you can see it clearly. Go to window and go to view and click on rulers and go to view again and go to show and click on grid. Go to view again, check snap. Make sure that these things are checked. Now we have our grid and our ruler. Double click on the ruler and select the unit of the ruler as pixel and type as pixels. Go to guide, grid and slices. In the grid settings, click select a color for your grid and you can select a style for your grid. I'm going to have grid line every 5 pixels and divide that grid line to 5 subdivisions. Click OK. So by doing that, I have created a grid that have these small squares that represent a pixel in LEDedit, and we have these big squares which will represent 5 by 5 section of the layout. Now to create the frame, I'm going to change the background color of the worksheet. Select the pen bucket tool. I'm going to select the pen bucket tool and select a color. I'm going to use a blue color. When you're selecting a color, the color should be different color from the grid color. Don't select a color that is too dark or too light and click OK and click on the background. To create the frame, I'm going to change the color of this middle section to a different color. I'm going to select the rectangle tool and I'm going to select fill color as black and stroke color as no color. I'm going to leave 5 pixels at the top left corner. Click and hold my left mouse button and drag my mouse cursor towards the bottom right corner. Leave 5 pixels from the bottom right corner and place and leave my mouse cursor, which will create a rectangle. Now it's time to add space around the frame. To do that, I'm going to increase the canvas size. Go to image and click on canvas size and I'm going to add 20 pixels on both sides. To select the canvas color, click on this square and select black as the canvas color and click OK. Click on File and click on Save As to save the file. I'm going to type a name. Select a format as bitmap or BMP. Click on Save. I'll leave these settings as this and click OK. And I'm going to close Photoshop. Click on Project Configuration and click on Start Manual Layout. Click on Layout and select Insert Image and select the image that we have created. Okay, now we have our image, but as you can see it is too small. I'm going to Layout and I'm going to click on Layout and click on Zoom in Image until it take about 5 pixels. Now it's time to trace this reference image. As you can see, the color that I have selected, you can clearly see the grid points. Click one of these light vertical or light horizontal buttons. Click and hold your left mouse button at the start of the area that to be traced. At the end of the section, I'm going to leave my mouse button, which will place pixel reference points in the selection. Alright, I'm going to do it to the other section. We have 2 vertical sections and 2 horizontal sections. If you don't want to make the selection, press Escape button. And now select the light horizontal again. And I'm going to click here and drag my mouse cursor and leave my left mouse button in the opposite corner, covering the whole section. Now you can see we have placed pixel LED reference points. Now as you can see, the connections also been made. When you're connecting such a layout, make sure to use connection methods that will create connections that have minimum amount of wires. As you can see in this section, the end of the first section is far away from the start of the second section. So if you are using a string or a strip, you have to break this connection and rewire or resolder these to connect these 2 sections. To avoid that, I'm going to change the pattern of this second section. Select selection tool and use your mouse wheel to zoom in and zoom out. Use these horizontal and vertical scroll bars to move around the worksheet. To remove the connections, you can select this section using the selection tool and click on delete line. Also you can click on the quick line removal tool and select the section that you want to delete the connections. To make the connections, use this line tool to connect each one of these pixel reference points one by one, which is a time consuming thing. To do it quickly, I'm going to use Control X tool. Click on this icon and you can see in the Auto LX tool you can see the connection patterns. I'm going to select this connection pattern, which will start connecting from here and end connecting from here. Make the selection. As you can see, now we have the first connection of the second section right next to the last pixel of the first section. Now we have our sections completed and connected. It's time to connect these sections together. Close the Auto LX tool, click on line tool, click on the end pixel of the first section. I'm going to click on the first pixel of the second section to connect them together. I'm going to do the same to the other sections. I'm not going to connect the fourth section to the first section. Now we have our layout and the connection. It's time to connect it to the controller. To connect it to the controller, you need a port. Click on port and place it right next to the layout, and use the line tool to connect the layout to the port. Click on the first LED of the layout and click on the port. Click on Analyze to analyze the layout. As you can see, port 1 connected to 600 pixels. Now we have created our layout. It's time to save the layout. Click on File and select Save or Save As and type a name and click on Save. I'm going to close the manual layout creator. I'm going to create a new project and okay. Now I'm going to project configuration and import CSV and select the file that we created. Click on Open. Click OK. Now you can see your frame. Now you can start programming or recording videos on your layout. That's how you manually create your layout. For the next example, I'm going to show you how to create a layout using bitmap or BMP. Right, first we need to create our bitmap file. I'm going to use Photoshop to create the layout. You can use any other 2D graphic designing software to create a layout. Click on File and select New. Create the same frame. I'm going to type 40 as width and I'm going to give 30 for the height. Make sure you have selected pixels as the unit. Click OK. I'm going to zoom in and select Fit Screen. You can use the same ruler settings. Alright, now you can see our grid, and I'm going to do the same as in the previous example, except the colors I'm going to use is different from the previous example. Instead of blue color for the layout, I'm going to use a black color for the frame, and then click on the background. Click on the rectangle tool and change the fill color to white, stroke color to no color. Leave 5 pixels from the top left corner and click and hold the left mouse button and move my cursor towards the right corner. Leave 5 pixels and leave my mouse, which will create a white rectangle inside the frame. The area that you don't want the pixels to be placed is in white color. Alright, click on File and select Save As and type a name. Select the format as bitmap or BMP and click on Save. Now leave these settings, click OK. Close Photoshop. Go back to the manual layout of the LEDedit. Click on File and select Import BMP. Select the file that we have created and click Open. You can place it in the worksheet by clicking. Alright, now we have placed our layout. It's time to do the wiring. You can connect each one of these pixels using the line tool one by one, which is very time consuming. Alright, I'm going to use the AutoLX tool to connect these sections. For the first section, I'm going to use this pattern. I'm going to click and hold my left mouse button while dragging and selecting the whole section. I'll leave my left mouse button at the end. The direction of the connection is opposite. I'm going to click on the right into and select the section again from the opposite side. I'm going to use the same method for the third section. I'm going to use, let's see, this method. Alright, for the last section I'm going to use this method. I'm going to connect each section together. And now it's time to create a port to connect it to the controller. I'm going to place the port right next to the layout, and using the line tool I'm going to connect it to the port. Click on File and select Save As and type a name. Click Save. In the LEDedit main window, go to Project Configuration and click on Import CXP. Select the file we just created. Now you can start recording videos in your layout. For the next example, I'm going to use the DXF method. I'm going to use AutoCAD 2007 version. Select AutoCAD Classic. Click OK. Go on File and select New. Click on the Format and go to Units. Select Units as inches. Alright. Click on Circle. I'm going to create a frame as in the previous examples. Click on the worksheet and type 0.5 for the radius. Now we have our LED reference point. Select the reference point. I'm going to duplicate using the arrow tool. Click on arrow tool. I need 30 rows and 40 columns, and row offset should be 1 unit. Column offset also should be 1 unit, and click OK, which will create a array. Click on your wheel to move the worksheet. Use your mouse wheel to zoom in and zoom out. To select the middle section, I'm going to leave 5 pixels. I'm going to leave 5 pixels along the diagonal from the upper left corner, and I'm going to click above the 6th circle. Leave my left mouse button, and I'm going to zoom out using the mouse wheel. To move the worksheet, I'm going to click the middle mouse button or the mouse wheel, and I'm going to move towards the opposite corner, and I'm going to do the same. I'm going to leave 5 pixels along the diagonal, and I'm going to place the selection right below the 6th circle, and I'm going to zoom out without changing the mouse position until I get the whole selection in my sight, and I'm going to press my left mouse button to make the selection. Right now I'm going to inspect the selection. I'm going to press the delete button. Now it's time to save the file. Go to File and click on Save As. Go to the location that you want the file to be saved. Type a name. Select the file type as AutoCAD 2007 DXF and select Save. Alright, go back into the layout creator and go to File and click on Import DXF. Select the DXF file we just created. Click on Open and place it anywhere you like by clicking on the worksheet. As in the previous examples, all you have to do is do the wiring of this layout. Alright, I will do it quickly. Alright, and now I'm going to connect each section together using line tool. It's time to connect the layout to a port. I'm going to create a port and connect the port to the layout using line tool. Go to File and select Save As and type a name and click on Save. Close the manual layout creator, and in the LEDedit main window, click on Project Configuration and select Import CXP and select the file that we have created. Click Open. click OK. Now you can start recording on your layout. Alright, that's how you create a custom layout using manual layout creator of LEDedit. That's it. If you like the video, please leave a like. If you like my channel, please subscribe. Thank you for watching and see you in the next tutorial.